Fantastic day to one and all. Well, then there were 4 days left in 2025. Can you imagine how fast did this year go by? Now, as you know, I've been talking about numerology lately, and 2025's root number, 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5, is 9. And that number is the humanitarian. It makes a lot of sense because we did a lot of humanitarian work this year, the Foundation for World Harmony, that is. And that is defined as completion, universe, love, compassion, spiritual wisdom, endings, and service to humanity. Not a bad description for 2025. And in 5 days, we release the first episode, if all goes well, of this new podcast, the Global Kindness Federation. And I'm proud to say our first guest has agreed to be on the show, and his name is John Paul DeJoria. You might know him as the inventor of Patron Tequila. And believe the new tequila is Banderas. I'm not sure. And he's John Paul Mitchell Company, a very famous company, very big company. I mean, he's a super billionaire, and he helps thousands of people. I think he feeds like 17,000 people in Africa every day. He's got a charity called Love, Peace, and Happiness. He's been a friend for many years. I was his captain on his yacht, the Pirate, when I had a yacht in the Marina del Rey area called Merci. That was some fun days. Um, I love the sea. I love captaining boats and yachts, and I got some fantastic boat stories for you. But so today, I wanted to talk a little bit about life's journey. You know, if you've been following the kindness revolution for the last 5 years, it started many, many years ago when I created the Foundation for World Harmony in 1980. But life is a journey. It's not the destination that counts, it's the journey. And if you've been following this journey, you know that when I came up with the idea of kindness, I mean, I didn't come up with the idea of kindness. When I started realizing that the world needs more kindness, it was conception. So I always say conceive. So I conceived of this philosophy, kindness philosophy, that I'm sharing with the world. Then you have to believe, and I truly believe in this, and then only can you achieve. And over 15,400 people are following the philosophy. They're believing in it, and we're going to achieve it. It's a new consciousness starting in 5 days. Year one, because 2026 breaks down to the root one, which is new beginnings. So we're going to have a new beginning in 5 days. So as I say, life is a journey. It's not the destination. I first conceived of this plan. It became a philosophy, which then became a foundation for world harmony. Then became it's evolving into the Federation, but it's gone through some changes. And if you don't change, and if you're not afraid to change, we progress. If we're not going to change, we're going to still stuck in the warlike mentality that the world has, and that's not. I don't see that as the way to go forward. We have more nuclear weapons than you can shake a stick at. We could destroy our planet millions of times. Oh, no, no, not millions. I'm sorry. I hate to exaggerate. Thousands of times over. And hopefully we don't. It's called MAD, mutually assured destruction. So their theory is the more bombs we have, the more nuclear bombs we have, the more we're not going to use them because we all know that if they set off the bombs, we're going to retaliate or vice versa, and it all ends. And it all does end because the universe is made of numbers. This planet will die, they say, in 35 million years, something like that. I won't be around, I don't think. The Earth is 4.5 billion years old. Light speed has a what, 186,000 and change miles per second, something like that. So the universe is numbers, and that's that. I did want to talk a little bit about this. You might have seen this thing I wear a lot. Got it from the guy who created the King Tut Museum in Sharm el-Sheikh, Egypt, where I lived for some years, and it's Thoth. I was pronouncing it Thoth, but this guy was around before mankind, so he's the god of wisdom, and his name is Thoth. And history has said that he invented writing because words disappear. But before there was writing, they were just words. And he thought, put them in clay so they last forever, as this video will last forever. Maybe 10, 20, 50 years from now, this video will be watched and someone will learn something from it. Wouldn't that be fantastic? So they said he invented writing. He said writing is thoughts preserved, which makes a lot of sense. Um, he loved humanity, a great guy. He says a language record keeping for the ages, what did he say? Oh, what else? He says, I can't even read my own writing. I try to make notes because my memory is not the hottest. But he was very important uh, entity, whether it existed or not, it's all what you believe, If you believe in numerology, fantastic. If you believe in astrology, fantastic. If you believe in yourself, truly fantastic, because that's what this kindness revolution does. It teaches you how to love yourself unconditionally. Who's going to love you if you don't love yourself? That's the theory. And I tell people that you have to know that you are the most important person on the planet. And it's not that you only come first, but you have to come first. And the analogy is, if you've ever been on an airplane, they say if the oxygen mask drops, God forbid that happens, put it on first, then help others. Because if you're dead, you can't be of service to your God, your country, your family, or yourself, or anything. And if you're not well or happy, the same rule applies. You can't be of service. You can't be useful. And that's where I like to use that word useful now, because Arnold Schwarzenegger just wrote a book called Be Useful. Anybody out there want to introduce me to him? I think you'll love what he hears. Matter of fact, everyone loves what they hear. Just this week, two politicians from Zambia joined as ambassadors of kindness. I don't care how powerful you are in the world, how rich you are in the world, um, everyone enjoys hearing the Be Fantastic philosophy. Three commitments: be kind to yourself, others, and the planet. I kept it real simple for humans because we all know that humans are the dumbest creatures on the planet. We're the most wasteful creatures on the planet. We've done a lot of damage to our planet. We didn't cause global warming. We contribute to it, yes. We caused wars, certainly, because of greed. There's a lot of things we've done wrong. And we're learning. We're learning how the mind works. We're learning how the universe works. The James Webb Telescope has looked back to 13 and a half billion years in the past. So we can see in the past, we can't see in the future. Just know that when you look up in the sky, you see all those little dots. Those are galaxies, and they're not next to each other. There are billions of light years away from one another. And there's so many life forms out there. There's infinite life forms out there. And we can't travel because it's such a vast space. They say there are more galaxies on the planet in the universe than there are grains of sand on all the beaches in the world. That's a big number. So when you start thinking that your life is so important, some people think their life is so important, put yourself in perspective, drop your ego down and realize it's not. It's valuable. Certainly it's valuable, but don't put the whole world on your shoulders is what I think I'm trying to say. These shows, 2,500 videos on YouTube, never been scripted. Never a second take. I just talk from the heart. And have I made mistakes? Yes, I've made mistakes. And if you don't learn from your mistakes, then that's called insanity. Trying to do the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. And that's what the world's been doing, warring, the atrocities that mankind has done. And that's why I call it the insanity of humanity. I'm calling on you to be part of the solution. One person makes a difference. I was watching a TV show the other day, and the professor was telling, it was one of those just world comes to an end movies. I like those kind of movies. And he was saying, if we don't call our, if you, talking to the students, don't call your senator and your congressman and make a point that they need to take this seriously, right? I mean, it was natural, it was a worldwide disaster. It won't happen, right? I mean, like Dr. Seuss says, unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing's going to get better. It's not. Well, I'll guarantee you that out of that whole classroom, one or two probably would take the effort to call their congressman or because we have our lives. We have someone else will do it. Someone else will save the world. My wife said it was crazy to go out and try to save the planet from the insanity of humanity. But I'm going to go with Steve Jobs, who said people who are crazy enough to think they can make a difference in the world are the ones that do. And I know I've made a difference, mostly in Africa. Africa really gets it. We're in 34 countries in Africa. Nigeria is setting the bar. Zambia is a close second. Lots of fantastic directors. If you get a chance, go to africaisfantastic.org and watch just a few of our directors give giving an introduction video. I will promise you, you will join the kindness revolution, which is evolving to the Global Kindness Federation, a global community with notwithstanding borders or religions or races or creeds or colors. We're all human. We're all people. And we need to come together as one because in the world we are one. We're all part of the universe. We're a carbon from the universe. We're energy from the universe. And when we all come together, everyone wins. And that's my goal in this, in everything I do. Every day I wake up and I say, how can I help the world? How can I change the world to be a better place? Because it needs to be a better place. And I need your help. I love to have your help. And even if you just put your first name on worldkindnesslist.com, if you want to put your profession, grade, or student, city and country, you don't need to put your email or you don't need to put your WhatsApp. But by putting your name on that, it's like voting for kindness. It's saying to the populace, to the governments, to the world that we want kindness. And if nothing else you do, and you just follow the three commitments, be kind to yourself, others, and the planet, we're winning. If everyone does that, it stops war. You become successful. If you love yourself, you're going to be successful and happy. It's just a natural result of being confident and loving yourself and thinking positive and eating healthy and doing the things for you. Anyway, maybe that's enough said for today. Again, 4 days till year one. Let's make it happen. Join the kindness revolution. Worldkindnesslist.com. You could join there. You could join at the Foundation for World Harmony.org. You could join at the Global Kindness Federation.org. I think you could even join at africaisfantastic.org. You could check out our YouTube channel, which is Be Fantastic. Our Facebook page, which is Be Fantastic. I think we have a Be Fantastic Zambia now, and India is starting to be a force in our organization. We've got a fantastic new director there who's in charge of 1.4 billion people, I might add. That's going to be incredible to see India really grow. There's a lot of people out there that need to hear what you just heard today. Please like, subscribe, and share. This is not a commercial venture. This is not a political statement, and this is not a religious following. We have religious groups. We have over 1,000 groups around the world. We have many, many religious groups, and we keep religion in the groups. We don't put religion or business or politics in the local or state or national groups. And sometimes the country doesn't have states; they have a province or a district or the different things and categories. But like in America, they have states. In Nigeria, they have states. In Zambia, they have provinces, and then there's districts. So um, in those kind of groups, we just keep it positive. We keep sharing positive information. Every day, I do a motivational quote that's archived on worldkindnesslist.com and the Foundation for World Harmony.org. Um, if I'm talking too fast, I apologize. That's me. I can only be me. I represent the common man who wants to see a better world. And I hope you're going to be part of this federation, this evolution, this foundation, this mission. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.